Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Bobby, and I want to talk about reading the green. Before I do, let me stroke a putt for you today. I'm going to hit this putt and then get out of the way. Hopefully it's a good putt. We'll see. Look where I'm playing this thing, about 4 feet off to the left. And let's see what that does. That's breaking and breaking and breaking and breaking. And let me tell you something. 90% of the people with whom I work and those I play with would never have played that much break. Now, granted, that didn't go in, but you can see that clearly I was onto something when I said that it breaks 3 or 4 feet down the hill here. Now, most people don't read that much break, and therefore they leave it on the low side because they just don't do their due diligence and really read this thing. Reading a putt happens once you determine that it's going this way or that way. You've got to go to the high side and take a good look at it from there. And so the way you read it is you come over here and you say, I know it's going this way. And you're looking for two things. Number one, when does it become a straight putt? See, all putts, even if they bend a lot, become a straight putt at some point, right? Because eventually they don't just curl and keep curling in a circle. It's not this sort of whirlpool effect. That's not what a putt does, even on the slopiest of greens. What a putt does is it curves, finds gravity, and then gravity takes it in a straight line in one direction or the other. And so when I get to this high side, I'm looking for what looks to me to be like a straight putt. And then I sort of say, okay, well, on that line, and here's part two, and I want you to tune into this. The question you're asking yourself from here is, as you look down this slope, how fast is this? In other words, if I putt this thing, could it accidentally go past the hole, go skipping past the hole because I've hit it too far on this really slopey green? Well, if the answer to that is a resounding yes, then you better play a lot of break, because as soon as that thing starts turning, it's really going to go. And so it's very, very important that you take a look from the high side so where you can see where it's going. And let's take one more go at this. Again, I'm not going to read it, recognize it breaks just a little bit to the right, and then putt it some half-hearted way. I'm going to borrow generously from the slope, because if I borrow generously from the slope, at least as it comes to rest, it's getting closer and closer to the hole. Remember, a putt that gets below the hole, the instant it gets below the hole, from that point forward, every inch it moves, it's getting farther away. That's why the amateur three putts so often is because they play it on the low side. I'm going to borrow so much of this slope and see what happens. Boy, that's a lot of break. That was 6 feet of break, Bobby. Yeah, well, I've got about 1.5 feet left. And so let me summarize this and say this. Number one, always, after you determine the line on which it's going to break, that you borrow generously from it. Go way up the hill and let gravity bring it down. You'll always end up closer. And number two, determine all that by making sure that you've done your due diligence, that you've walked over here, you've taken a look at it, you imagine what a slow rolling ball will do near that hole, and you will make more than your fair share. But more than that, you'll three putt far less often. I want to thank you for watching.